My local Beaver troop is just finishing up a sleepover camp night at their school. The kids are all enjoying swinging in the playground before we start our activity. They all have very similar physical abilities, being able to swing, jump, and play. Today they will consider different physical abilities of other people and design a campfire area that is inclusive and welcoming for a range of physical abilities.
Hi, I'm Lori Weaver, and my background is in human factors and ergonomics. As part of my National Geographic Certification Course, I had the wonderful opportunity to work with a Beaver troop, introducing them to the concepts of inclusive design through a phased design challenge.
I prepared the space for each group of kids with lots of materials that they can use to create scattered in the area, including rocks of different sizes, twigs and sticks, sand, some trees, and craft materials such as cardboard, pens, Play-Doh, cloth, strings, and scissors. I also prepared cardboard cutouts that I will introduce to the kids throughout the activity. The kids used all the materials to create a campfire area, originally designing for themselves or kids with their abilities. The cardboard cutouts were then introduced one by one to prompt the children to modify their campfire area to include each new person.
When I designed this activity, I really wanted the children to come away with an understanding of the perspectives of other people, as well as some empathy for those with different physical abilities than themselves. This aligns with the National Geographic Framework attitude, developing responsibility. To do this, I made the deliberate choice to introduce each of the people in a way that made them real to the children. You have another friend who wants to join you at your campfire. What do you think our friend's name should be?
Austin.
Austin. Okay, Austin wants to join you at your campfire. What do we notice about Austin?
He's in a wheelchair.
He is in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
What things, if he was coming from the pavement to your campfire, what might make it difficult for him to come?
I also wanted to foster an environment where their curiosity was sparked. Specifically, I wanted them to explore society and how our culture strives to be inclusive. I did this by making the activity discovery-based, providing guidance but not rigid rules. I think that creativity and curiosity often go hand in hand, and right from the beginning, the children rushed to begin working on the challenge. They even spotted the owl early in the activity. As the owl was used until the end, this caused some children to probe and inquire why the owl was there. I observed that providing lots of sensory materials to work with and asking open questions got children thinking about how they could include others. And they came up with some really creative solutions to make their campfire area inclusive and welcoming. One of the most surprising inclusive ideas was the creation of a zip line, which the children proposed could also be used as a guide for a visually impaired person. But the activity was not without its challenges for the children. In addition to the attitudes, curiosity, and developing responsibility, I wanted to provide children with opportunities to develop collaborative skills. Therefore, I grouped the children in groups of 4 and 5 and structured the challenge as building one campfire area together. Initially, many of the children worked individually on their ideas, but after gentle reminders about the goal, the children began working together, listening and encouraging one another, and solving conflict through negotiation tactics or merging their approaches.
Oh, yeah, we can combine our ideas.
The creative and collaborative approach really impacted the children. During the activity, they dove right in, coming up with ways to help people to join the campfire.
We'll make a path.
This discovery activity culminated in conclusions like,
we need to make things able so everybody can be part of it and not just you.
And commentary on the collaborative process they used.
And that there has to be teamwork or else it won't work at all.
They continued to use the empathy they developed during the campfire design activity the next day when they remembered the abilities of different groups of people and were able to identify challenges and things that would assist them within our local community. Following up with the children to understand how the activity altered their perspective, one of them remarked,
I try including everyone out, even my big brother.
The National Geographic course and the completion of this activity has certainly impacted my perspective and the way I will plan future lessons. Normally, I would have focused this lesson solely on the political perspective, inclusive design. If I had done that, I would have missed how enriching it was for the children to also see the ecological perspective and discuss human-natural world interactions, when we talked about the importance of fire safety and smoke. They also would have missed out considering the cultural perspective by thinking about things they have in common with Scouts all over the world, which took the activity from a local scale to a global one. In the past, I've always tried to stay in my lane, teaching only the topic within the lesson. This is contradictory to how I think people should learn to think about issues, and I've never really picked up on that. Based on how important it is for people to consider different viewpoints and the whole picture, as well as how things apply locally, I will definitely be incorporating different scales and perspectives into future lessons I design for Scouts, Sunday School, and adult learners as well. Thank you to National Geographic for providing educators with the opportunity to enhance their teaching in this way.